Welcome to Ruin Creek Farms and Outdoors. We're going to give you all just a little glimpse on a little bit of family time today. Mine and Mama's 50th anniversary is coming up in a month or so. We're going to do a little discussing and reminiscing about some old times. So just pull back your chair and step in the house here and enjoy it for a while. Right here is right here's my first guest. This right here is a world champion squirrel dog, one of the finest that ever trotted the woods. Her name's Sassy. She's a registered feist. She's 7 years old and acts like she's just a teenager. But boy, I tell you what, when you go to the woods with her, she knows what she's doing. Sassy, you want to say hi to the folks? I guess not. Laying over here on the couch with his back to us, he's been researching with his iPad about a worm farm. He likes worm farms. That's Ryder Keith. That's my running around buddy. Right over here's Mama. Now, let me tell you what. You can say anything that you want to about anybody in the family, but if you do, you got, whether they right or wrong, you've got Mama to deal with, because she has got a heart big as Texas, but she's just like an old mother hen now when it comes to her family. And she's the glue that holds us together. On over here is my second son, which is my son-in-law, Johnny B. And next to him is my beautiful daughter, Brandy Nicole. Now, let me tell you about Brandy. She is a right smart of a hunter. She's killed probably some of the biggest bucks that most men would be jealous of. But also, she's kind of a little bit on the side of an uptown girl. But either way it goes, she's country born and bred. And behind the camera doing the videography today is my handsome son, Brian Keith. And he helps me here on the farm, and he does a little hot shotting, pulling campers and stuff cross country. And say hello to the camera, Brian. All righty. So we're going to get into this, do a little talking. First off, we want to thank God for the privilege to get here and to be here. He's the main reason that we're all here, and I would like first just to take an opportunity to thank God for the family He's given me and for the family He has placed me in. I realize that as I begin to get older in life, that my days are numbered. Papa Ollie, my grandfather, used to say every birthday once he got about 60, he said, "Hey, children, my race is about run." But then I can tell you, I know now what he's feeling like, because every morning when I get up, first thing I think of is my race is about run. So come on in, sit down, pull you up a chair, get you a cup of coffee, and enjoy this. Sis? Yeah. You got anything you'd like to reminisce about over the years? All right, what's your question? Well, now let me tell you, it ain't been easy.
That question is from Mom to answer.
Oh, I thought she was, okay.
Mom, don't know.
I guess it must be that good heart.
Probably a lot of praying, wasn't it?
Good heart, a lot of praying.
A lot of stubbornness.
Okay. Well, now I'll be the first to say that we've had our moments. But if you will listen to God, He will place the right woman or man in your life that will stand by your side through the good times and the bad times. Down through life. Now, I'm a kind of emotional type guy, and I don't care a bit to show it. But Mama is, like I said, the glue that holds us together. I remember a time, now this is what I think of Mama, when we was in high school. I'll just tell you the whole story. Back when we started in school together in the first grade. You fellers remember this little feller named Buster Brown, and there's a commercial on television, and it'd say, "Hi, my name's Buster Brown. I live in the shoe. Here's my dog Tig, and he lives in here too." She had this little Buster Brown haircut. Law, the cutest little thing that you ever seen in your life. And I thought, Lordy mercy, my heart was just a pattering up a storm. She would not give me the first look. Absolutely not. So long up through school, I'd keep trying, but no. Mm-mm. Got in junior high school, and I sat behind her. You know how little boys are, especially when they trying to flirt and don't know how. I got to messing with her hair, and she turned around and hit me in the nose, and it bled like a stuck hog. Now the teacher, which was Adrian Evans, he took us out in the hall, and all he done was looked at me and said, "You deserved every bit of it," and I did. But then we got up in high school, and I just a little runny feller, but we got up in high school, and boy, I started to change. I started looking like a strapping young man. Lord, listen. Started playing basketball, and she started cheerleading, and I guess, yeah, I had this big afro and these big long sideburns. I guess it just got more more she could handle, and we started dating. It come this big snow. This is what I'm going to tell you a while ago. Now they're going to talk after a while, but I seem like I talk a lot. It come this big snow, and there wasn't no school for about 2 weeks, and I had me a yearning to see Mama. Well, you couldn't drive. I couldn't drive then anyway. You had no license. I told Mommy, I said, "Mommy, I'm walking up Sandy to see Teresa." So I took up the hill here, big snow on, hit the ridge, and I walked back through. I'd say it was now on to 5 miles that I trudged through that snow. Buddy, I had no idea exactly where I was going, but I found a way, and I come right out at her house. Stayed there for a night or two, even though Teresa's mom kind of kept the night light on and supervised pretty good. But let me tell you what, Mama is one to ride the river with. Ain't no doubt in my mind. She's loved me when I was unlovable, and so has God, and I thank Him for that. Anybody else got a question? Right, you got anything to say? Right, he's not been feeling very good, so he's just kind of laying around. He ate something yesterday that he was he was allergic to, and we had to take him to the urgent care, and he still got a little bit of medicine in him. Johnny B, what do you think about this family? Since you are part of it now, and not just a small part, you a big part. Old Johnny B, to me, he's my second son. He's probably the brother that Brian never had. And I tell you what, I said he's probably the brother that he never had. What I said. Yeah, well, you was a tomboy. You remember the time that we went deer hunting, big frost. Oh man, it was cold. We went out here and got up on the hill, and we was sitting there. Here come the Geopolis deer, everybody's big 10-point. She took her rest on the fence post, and I thought, there ain't a chance. It's way out there. I'd say it's now on 150, 200 yards. Yeah, on the cemetery. She touched that trigger. Let me tell you, when she touched it and that gun went off, I mean, it went down like that. Boy, it were a big one, huh? Did you miss it the first time? Then it's a wonder I took the gun away from you and shot it. I'm telling you, it were a good one. Yeah, they ain't. Y'all remember the time? Yeah, it was your first, and it was a good one. Now I'm telling you. Oh, let me tell you about birthday presents. Now, Mama, the other day, we got a little video of me and Mama out on Valentine's Day the other day. we'll stop this video somewhere halfway through it, and we'll edit that in and let you all see what fine presents its mama's got over there for Valentine's Day and anniversaries and such things as that. And with our 50th one coming up here in a day or two, I'll show you what I took Mama to look at, and we're debating on whether she might need one of these for her 50th anniversary. But Mama, won't you tell them something?
Over the years, I have bought this beautiful lady all kinds of stuff for Valentine's Day, and this is our 50th wedding anniversary. So tell them what all we've got. We've got, over the years, guns, we've got pontoons, we've got rod and reels. We've spent our anniversaries in National Forest turkey hunting, camped out. We've slept on pontoons and boats all night long. And I think she's really excited about this one. So look around. What do you think?
My new toy.
Your new toy. All right, we're going to look this over.
Some of the fine rifles and rod and reels and stuff you've got over the years for anniversary presents. And
For Christmas, I got a brand new rod and reel. She gave Run Lake first time I've ever fished with it. Caught a big muskie on it and broke my pole.
yeah.
He's still not replaced that fishing pole.
Well, I have, but
Yeah, but he owns it.
yeah, well, you know, I use it more than she does.
That's right.
And boy, she's got some of the finest.
I got some really nice guns. I
Yeah.
don't really know what they are. They were for me.
Well, yeah, they're hers, but you know, sometimes Mama's health not what it once was, and you know she can't get out and hunt like she once did, and I just can't stand to see them sit there and rust. So I limber them up every once in a while. You fellers remember?
I got a crossbow too.
Yep, she's got a crossbow too.
You ever shot it?
Yeah.
I've even killed a few deer with it. I mean, I just used hers just to make sure it'd do the job, mind you. But you fellers
Planer for Christmas.
got a planer. Now, Mom likes her woodworking tools. Let me tell you, she likes them well. You fellers remember back? Oh, I'd say it was. Let me figure. I'd say it was long somewheres up in the 90s. I can't remember exactly what time. That Brother George and them had the big revival at Concord. You fellers was just little then. Went on for over a month. They had 60-some people saved. But every night of that revival, almost every night, we'd load the dogs in the box and we'd take them to church with us. And then me and George, we'd all go coon hunting after church. He'd preach, and as soon as people would come to the altar, Lord seemed like one right after him. One of the best revivals I was ever in. And we'd go hunt till probably 3 o'clock in the morning. Come home, sleep a couple hours, work a little bit. He'd do his reading, and the Lord would bless him with another message the next night, and people would get saved. Time that thing was over with, best I remember, now my mind ain't what it once was, but the best I remember, there was 60-some people saved in it. And by the time it was over, there wasn't near as many people in that community that was lost as there was before it started. And they wasn't, I'll tell you, near as many coons in that community either, because we treated a bunch of them. They was a lot. But boy, I wish times was back like it was then. Seems like life was so much simpler. People seem like they cared more about each other back in them days than they do now. But yes.
How many shirt pockets did you lose while you were doing that?
Well, now let me tell you, sometimes when you don't got the amenities of a bathroom, you use whatever's on your person. That
I guarantee one thing.
what?
Getting near, was near as many as George.
No, you're exactly right. But a shirt pocket is one of the finest inventions ever made. You can use it in multiple ways to put stuff in, and what she's talking about as well, if you get my drift. That's right. Who needs toilet paper? That when you got it right on you. When I was growing up at home,
Corn cob, don't
Oh Lord, now I never did use that. When I was growing up at home, I tell you what we did used to use. When I was growing up at home, we had an outside toilet. We didn't have one inside till I was way up, great big young, and probably a senior in high school. Matter of fact, we had an old pond up here, and we had water run out of it to a spigot in the backyard. In the summertime, I'd stretch that water hose out, let the sun warm up that water hose, and I'd jump in the toilet, run the water hose over the top of the door, and I'd take me a shower on Saturday night to go courting mama. Every once in a while, a big tadpole comes through that thing, buddy, it'd hit you right in the head. I don't know where it ever done much good because that pond water probably wasn't real clean. Did it smell very bad, Mama?
No,
There you go. You heard it right here from us.
Yeah, I couldn't smell the pond and other stuff for all the plum you had on.
Yeah, well, I tried to. I tried to mask it a little bit. You're probably right, but let me tell you about that toilet. If you have never used one, or if you was raised back in them days, everybody had the same thing, which pretty well was not a lot, but in this family, there's one thing that we did have that God blessed us with, and that was a close-knit family full of love. But if you've never had to get up, or the urge hit you at 3 o'clock in the morning and it about zero with the snow on, that is why they evidently invented slop jars, if you all know what them is. And that was the finest thing ever was back in them days. But I never ever, when I was growing up, seen not something on the table that mom couldn't fix to eat. There was always food on the table, clothes on her back. Wasn't such things as these $300 pair of Air Jordans and all that kind of stuff. But we was happy. And I tell you what, life was a lot simpler back then. And if we had a little bit more of that kind of stuff today, especially children growing up, I think that life would be a whole lot better in general. I remember when Brian was about 10 years old, he'd had his foot in the cast. Boy, it was all swelled up. Well, how old was he?
I have my driver's license.
Did you have your license in when I made you walk back through that country? I'll let you tell that story.
Oh, no. You tell it so much better.
No, well, no. Now, Teresa was raised up here on Sandy, and like I said, if you go through the woods, it's probably 4 or 5 miles, I don't know, at least. And deer season was in. We decided we was going to take us a big hunt, so we went up there and parked at Teresa's mom's, and me and him went up the hill, going to hunt all the way to the house, and him with that broke ankle in the cast. Now, let me tell you, time I got him here, and him on one leg, I don't know what I was thinking, but Lord, listen, he had a time trying to get through there with that leg. But he's a tough little critter. I'm telling you that. These times seems like it. I don't know. They went by so fast. It's no wonder that God said life was like a vapor and appeareth on the water for a little while, and then it was gone. Seems like you wake up one morning and all this is in the past. But over the years, people that has been role models in my life, my grandfathers, my grandmothers, and Uncle George, and Billy T, and just so many people that's done gone on. You get to a point when you get old like this that I'm going to say that it's the thought of passing from this world and giving up the ghost and dying is not as bad as it once was. I mean, reason being, I think, is because you've got just as many people on the other side as you've got people on this side. And I hate to leave my family here, but Lord, look at the family that we've got already gone on the other side. You talk about a reunion. It's going to be someday. But back to Mama. Me and her, over the years, we've hunted, we've fished. We've slept on the lake at night in the boat and fished all night. I remember one time we didn't have a lot of money back in them days. We had a little bitty boat. It wasn't very big. We fished till about 2 o'clock in the morning. We got tired and we laid down in the bottom of that boat. we went to sleep. About, I guess it was just getting daylight, maybe still a little dark. Something woke us up, and it was just absolutely pouring the rain on us. Now, you talk about waking up cold. It was. But we've had plenty of adventures like that through life. Uh, you fellers probably uh, remember some of the camping trips and that we used to take down at Cave Run, and we've had some good ones. And I know what's going through Sessa's mind right now. She had a little spell going down Cave Run, but I don't like to talk about that. She just says when she was little, she was just as brown as a biscuit. Looked like a little Indian running around down there, and we had some good times. You remember them days, sis? Yep. It was something else. But you know, back in them days, I could walk for miles, but I swear anymore, I have trouble getting to the bathroom and back.
Brother here decided to lie about when we was getting our report card so that we could go camping.
Well,
Yeah, sure.
the reason being, I guess, was that she probably wouldn't. Mom wouldn't let you go if you got bad grades. That's what it was. Yeah, that's why you've ended up being smart like your daddy. I would think. Wouldn't you think? Now you get it from both sides because Mama's a smart woman. Look what she ended up with here. But now,
Even smart people can make accidents.
well,
Make bad mistakes.
yeah, well, that's
Bad
true.
Stumble
Yeah, well, I know what you mean. You,
and dumb people are still in the great.
yeah. Listen, let me tell you what. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to family here. Growing up, back when we was going to that revival in Coon, actually, my brother Ronnie, he got saved in that revival out there, and he'd coon hunt with us every night. And he's done gone on to be with the Lord now, but he was the only brother I had, and I got two sisters, and one of them, she's just as good at gold, and the other just loves me to no end. And I mean, they're just like mothers. You'd say they's never a day goes by they ain't checking on me, telling me I shouldn't be out working in it slick and this, that, and the other. And I listen to them till I get off the phone. Then I go do what I want to. But I love them dearly. But one of them growing up, I'll not say which one it was. We used to have an apple tree here in the backyard, and by the time that she got married, moved away from home, that apple tree had died. Mommy had cut so many switches off of it, she killed it. Now, I don't know where any of you fellers has had to go get your own switch, but I can tell you this: you better get the right one that would do the job, and not hope that they had to go get it themselves. But a good, loving, firm switching sometimes is the best thing a child has ever got, and we've all had our share of them. All righty.
I got a question.
All
about
right.
that.
What's that, honey?
Did you ever get any off
Apple tree
that
for
apple
me?
tree?
Well,
I'm sure you did, because the best I remember there was a story you shooting one of the sisters in the hind end.
with a BB gun. Yep. Well, no, I didn't do it. Ronnie did it. But now there was a few times that yeah, Ronnie shot Kathy with the BB gun one time, but I don't think anybody ever found out about it. None of us told it. But yeah, I've been switched with it a time or two. There's no doubt about it. I remember standing all night with Papa Ollie, and let me just show you what a reverence that children used to have for their parents back in that day. I had an aunt. Well, she was just the finest thing ever was. She was probably up in her 40s and she smoked, but she wouldn't smoke in front of Papa. What brought this to my mind was that apple tree, and there was an apple tree behind her house. So she'd go up there and smoke, but she'd come to the house, come through the kitchen, get her a bite of onion till they couldn't smell it off her breath. And how she got her cigarettes, Daddy would buy them and sneak them to her. But she wasn't about to let them know it. But when I was little, we'd stay all night up there. We slept upstairs and long up about, you went to bed about dark. And in the wintertime, slept in one of them big feather beds. You just fall, if you don't know what that is, it's a mattress that's stuffed plumb full of feathers and it's real soft. And when you get in it, you just sank down. And then there wasn't a lot of heat up there, so they just piled about 10 blankets on top of you, and you slept like a log and stayed warm as toast. But they went to bed about dark. They get up about 4 o'clock, 4:30 every morning. And you could hear that old wood stove down there in the kitchen. You could hear them skillets and stuff a clanging around. You could smell that bacon and frying and stuff like that. And I tell you what, it was just the good old days. And when we get up and get down there and get breakfast, we'd sit there till it got daylight till we could go out and go to work again. But now times has changed, and they'll never be back like that again. We're using this. We put a lot of this stuff on. What is it that's called? What did I say the other day? Not InterTube, but YouTube, man, and stuff like that. But social media is one of the finest things that was ever created, and it's one of the worst things that was created. If everything was created and used for good, it would be a fine thing. But no matter what it is, it's not always going to be that way. So whatever you do and whatever is created by man, use it for good. And it would go a lot farther than if it was used to put somebody down or created to do the devil's work. Anybody else want to talk about anything? Mama, you got anything you want to add to this? Let me wrap up this saying that April the 30th, me and Mama be married for 50 years. And last year, let me tell you this first. Last year was her 49th. And we're going to do probably this year. But we had a doctor's appointment, didn't we? Was it me or you had the doctor's appointment last year? I think it was me. And my doctor come in, and of course, we know her real well, and we're good friends and stuff. She said, "What are you fellers going to do?" Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with this. It's a sweet little thing. Said, "What are you fellers going to do for your 49th anniversary?" I said, "Well, now I tell you, Doc, we're going to go home, and we're going to light some candles, and we're going to sit down and hold hands, and we're going to sing Precious Memories." So I would assume last year, I think it was, that I put on a clean pair of Levi's, and we went to McDonald's or something like that. And wasn't it McDonald's? Well, when she shows you her Valentine video clip during this video here, and when it's edited, then you'll see where we went this year and stuff, and for Valentine's Day. But I think we're going to splurge this year. I think I'll put me on a new pair of bibs, and we might go to Long John Silver's. I tell you, my daddy and mommy, every time they'd go out, buddy, Long John Silver's is where they'd like to go. That was their place. Every year we'd go sell the tobacco, we'd stop at Long John Silver's. They liked that fish. But this year is 50 is a special year for me, because a woman that can put up with the likes of me for 50 years is definitely, and I, one of the finest people that ever walked. And I appreciate that, because you don't have to do it. But she did, and I'm glad of it. But for 50 this year, we got something special surprise planned. I don't know what it is, but exactly. She's been a thinking. I don't know. Mama won't tell you what she wants to do or nothing like that. You kind of have to read her. And over 50 years of time, I can kind of like to do it. But I can tell you what, if I take her close to McDonald's, I'm a had lad. She does not like McDonald's, and I agree with her. I think they ought to put a skull and a crossbones on that stuff. But now, Mama ain't hard to please. But one thing you got to do is at least once or twice a day, if you go to town, you better not come back with a fountain Pepsi from Robo's, because she's got to have it to make it through the day. That's just all they are to it. But we're going to wrap this up, and thank y'all for being with us. And if you don't care, help out our channel a lot by liking and sharing and subscribe. Look down there, won't cost you nary a cent. It's free of charge. Just subscribe to our channel and follow us, and Let's see where this goes. And like I said in the last video, it doesn't matter if you're on the highest mountaintop that there is, and everything is sailing just as smooth and the devil's a million miles away from you, or if you're in the lowest valley and the storms of life are just raging all around you, just remember this one thing: God is just a heart cry away. God bless. We love y'all.